All right, boys, we got them pick'ems out of the way. Now we're moving on to outside Dallas Cowboys news. We're moving on to former head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that would be one Urban Meyer. Urban, or is it Urban Myers? Urban Meyer? I don't know. I don't care.
Meyer.
Yeah.
Meyer with no S.
Yeah, that guy's a wiener, I'll tell you that. Got fired last night after a story broke where I believe it's Justin Lambeau is his name. Lambo used to be a kicker for the Jaguars. You know, there was some rumors of some physical altercation between he and the coach. So they investigated with him and they interviewed him and they were like, "Hey, what's up?" And he was like, "Yeah, the coach kicked me." They're like, what are you talking about? He's like, "We were doing our stretches." And the coach was like, "Hey, dipshit, make your effing kicks." And he said he kicked me in my hurt hamstring. And he was like, "Don't effing kick me again." And Urban Meyer's like, "I do what I want.
I'm bad. I do what I want.
I'm the head coach. I do what the hell I want." He's like, "Make your effing kicks." The guy was already hurt, and then he kicked him in his hurt leg. So that was just one of many complaints. Urban Meyer was a guy that he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room.
We know people like that.
We definitely know people like that. He was one of the guys that he's just not translated his college success into the NFL. They brought him in to make Trevor Lawrence better. Trevor Lawrence has regressed week after week after week. Even Trevor Lawrence was speaking up like, "Hey, you know, I'm tired of the drama. This stuff needs to end." Urban Meyer's gone. Urban Meyer, I believe they played the Bengals. It was either the Bengals or the Browns. They were in Ohio, and Urban, they lost, and Urban decided he wasn't going to ride the team playing home. He went to a bar and got ground on by a young lady that was not his wife. So the guy he had character issues. He was always in the media in trouble. He never took accountability for why his team lost. He threw players under the bus. And
hey, bro, it was his bar. He could do what he wanted.
He'd do whatever the hell
he owned the bar.
He told Lambeau, "I do what the hell I want. I'm the head coach.
I'm bad. I do what I want."
And so now we're seeing a guy that's out of a job. He's the only college coach that's never made it a full season in the NFL.
Well, I mean, there goes to show you that some college coaches aren't made for the NFL.
A lot of college coaches aren't.
So,
and he was almost a Cowboys coach. That was the name that was brought up initially before McCarthy got brought in. Was Urban Meyer.
Jerry Jones would have been an idiot if he would have done that. That would not have been smart.
I mean, he dodged an Urban Meyer bullet. Would you say he was acting a little too urban? That's too urban?
I'm just going to let that slide. I'm not even going to say shit.
Should be doing what he was doing. Putting leg sweeps on people like he was in Cobra Kai.
No, we don't do that. We don't act that way.
To me, it just seems like.
What do you guys think about that? Like, this is a grown dude, like, disrespecting other grown dudes. If he treated a grown man like this, how do you think he treated college players who he controlled?
I live by the fuck around and find out theory. Fuck around and find out. Do that to me and fuck around and find out. Period.
Yeah, he definitely picked the right one because if he would have got the wrong one, he might have got beat down in front of the whole team.
But I think the other problem too is that when you're like we talked about the boys earlier this season, when you start smelling yourself that you're above everybody else and you don't see anything that you do as a problem, and no matter what it is that you do, like we've been saying, I'll do what I want to do. You don't tell me that I can't kick you. Don't tell me that I can't do this. I can't do that. I'm gonna do what you know who I am.
Bro,
you know who I am?
He ain't pissed a drop in the NFL. How you gonna be smelling yourself, fam?
But it doesn't matter. In his mind, he thinks he's there. He thinks he's, the best thing that's ever happened since sliced bread. That's what he thinks. And so that's why he walks around with that attitude. That's why he does what he does, because he's like, who's gonna tell me something? Say something. Say something. But like Jay said too, say something. Exactly. But like Jay said, he picked the right one because, again, many men live by that rule. Fuck around and find out. And if you pick the wrong one to do that with, trust me, it wouldn't have made it as far as it made it right now.
Bro, he definitely was way out of bounds, but he's a power guy.
It'd be a totally different story. It'd be Jaguars head coach ends up in the hospital after skirmish. Like, there's no way I'm gonna let another grown man kick me in the leg that is hurt. Are you serious? No, not gonna happen.
Let him do that. Let him do that to a linebacker. See what happens.
I want to know why and how this guy just let that happen. Like, that's the real question. Should be like, the guy should have been like, why'd you let him do that?
There has to be shock.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be, that's my boss. There has to be, I need this job. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it. I mean, everybody talks a big game, but when he hits you, like I said, when he's like, I want sweep the leg. Do you have a problem with that? Bro, what do you do? Like,
bro, you kick me in something that's already hurting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm turning around and leveling your ass. Period.
Calls you
light your ass on fire.
And then says, make your effing kicks.
I'm gonna ask you, who the F are you talking to? Like that. Number one, I'm a grown ass man.
Mm-hmm.
You're about to find out, and I'm about to make you grown too, since you're acting like a child.
He caught a stone cold stunner. Fool, you never know.
But that's the thing. I mean, I think it all boils down to that guy, how he took it, and not to take anything away from what Joe said, because you do have to kind of think in that mindset. You're a professional football player. What are the repercussions of you
like that since
exactly? Well, not only that, but
high school latest.
Well, not only that, but what kind of repercussions are you going to receive from hitting a coach? Now, I know that in the back of my mind, even if it was me, yeah, I'm going to lay his ass out. I'm going to take the fine. I'm going to take whatever suspension they're going to give me.
Hey, there ain't no fine when you beat up a head football coach.
It's cut. Hey, you're cut. You're working down at fucking at the new HEB that's in town.
Yeah,
you're sacking groceries and shit. But guess what?
And what would have been his repercussions though for you whooping his ass? Besides you whooping his ass,
he'd be in the hospital. I'd make sure he's in the hospital, bro. 100%. I would make sure of that. And I would.
But he still kept his job, and you lost him.
How much worse would it have been if he tried to step to the coach and Urban just waxed him, dog?
Oh man,
bro! At that point, then what do you do? Not only did you get your legs swept, but then you got waxed on top of everything else.
But see, that probably wouldn't have happened. I mean, you got to think about it. Back in y'all's time, think about if Bomar would have done that to one of y'all. Think about that.
Expelled, probably.
You're definitely off the football team.
But y'all
Yo,
still
you're
would have.
expelled.
But y'all still would have whooped his ass, right?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Bro, Bomar used to. I don't even want to talk bad, but bro, he used to manhandle some of them fools out there.
Mhm.
And they let it happen.
But again, you're dealing with a guy that's in the highest authority because he was not only head coach, but he was athletic coordinator for the entire city.
I don't give two. See, I'm built different, bro. I don't give two shits.
You built
Yeah,
like
you ain't doing that. You ain't doing that
But
to
then
me, man.
again, you got to kind of take in mind that, you know, we were brought up in a different era of coaching, because nowadays there's so many coaches that they don't do the whole, they're not even allowed to touch the players anymore physically. And back then, I mean, hell, I remember coaches used to grab us by our face mask, hold us like 2 inches from their face and screaming at us, or grabbing us from our shoulder pads and lifting us up, you know, shaking us and shit. That don't happen no more.
hit you in the head with a whistle, make
yeah.
Yeah.
Make your ears ring. Yeah, all that stuff. So we grew up in a completely different era. And as far as you understanding your coach, listening to your coach, and respecting your coach for what he was. Now, every coach gets out of hand every now and then. I'm not going to say they don't, but you know, there's a certain point where you know that they can't go over a certain line. And I never saw a coach cross a line like that ever. I mean, if they ever got loud or anything, it was because it was validated. It was needed for whatever reason it was.
It's well documented that you're a coach. You coach Pee Wee. So
Julio be hitting them with
would you do that to your kicker? Would you walk up behind your kicker? Hey, kicker.
Just to kick him? No. Why?
Make his effing kicks. I mean,
so I'm gonna go punch him in the stomach or kick him in the leg because he's not making kicks or field goals? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not making my player any better that way.
Or like one of your linemen, you just kind of like hit him with that shiver real quick, just bam, just be like, make your stupid blocks.
I need more context, because I need to know, like,
Lambo, if you're listening to this podcast, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Let us hear your side of the story.
Yeah, I need to.
You deserve that.
I need to know, like, was he joking around? Was it like a little? Was it
obvious?
I mean,
obviously,
was it like
it wasn't joking around, because I mean, he kicked him, and then they asked him about it, and he was like, "Well, yeah, he did kick me, you know."
Well, I mean, was it like was it full on like a kick? Like,
I mean, he didn't like soccer kick him. He just, you know, he gave him a nice little love tap, let him know he was there. Like, wham, make your effing kicks, idiot.
And hey, kicker. He didn't even call him by his name. He said kicker. Hey, kicker.
He called him
make your kicks.
Yeah, he called him dipshit.
He really called him dipshit? Because I was watching the Pat McAfee show today, and he was talking about, he said that he kept calling him kicker. He wouldn't call him by his name. He would call him kicker. Like, hey, kicker, 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 get over here, kicker. Instead of whatever his name, Justin, whatever.
Lambo.
Yeah, normally they call you by your last name.
Right.
Or every coach has, you know.
I mean, I
don't know how they do it in the NFL.
I think I'd be embarrassed to report it, but I think I'd be even more embarrassed if it went public like it did now. Because now you're that guy that's like, bro, you just let another grown dude
just kick you
with a stupid leg, and you just sat there and took it.
And they call you dipshit on top of that?
Yeah. And you just sat there like rubbing your leg all hard. Like, that's what you did?
He sat there and all you heard was,
We're as soon as his foot touched the ground, we're fighting, bro. It's on. It's on.
Bro, you put your hands on me.
Yeah.
You touch me.
Yeah.
It's on.
Yeah.
Touch me.
Those are the rules of engagement. You put your hands on me, you physically touch me. That's your ass, Mr. Postman. That's it.
Yep.
I don't know, bro. Like, it's outrageous to hear the story, but it doesn't surprise me. Like, the guy just had an attitude problem Again, he thought he was the smartest guy in the room. He thought he knew better than everybody else. He thought he was Bill Belichick, but he had 0 Super Bowls. So go sit your ass down somewhere. He'll have a job. Give it a year, and he'll have a job in coaching somewhere. And
College.
Maybe
he'll be
college or high school.
He'll be in college, and everybody will forgive him of his sins, and he'll be kicking some college kid in no time. So